Venus, the second planet from the Sun, could disappear in a matter of years. What happened? Could the same happen to Earth? Join us as we explore how the destruction of Venus is a warning for what could happen to Earth in the future. Scientists agree that we are living through a period of intense global warming due to human activities. But could this lead to a future with catastrophic consequences similar to those experienced by Venus? In this video, we'll explore how understanding what happened on Venus can help us prepare for a similar disaster here on Earth. We'll also look at the various theories and facts surrounding this phenomenon, as well as discuss potential solutions that could prevent an apocalyptic scenario. So sit back, relax, and get ready to uncover the truth about what lies ahead for our planet's future. Before we do, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because you certainly don't want to miss any updates about the world around us, and like this video. Venus's destruction. The mystery of the destruction of Venus remains unsolved and has left scientists around the world perplexed. For decades, they have been trying to understand why and how such a planet with a similar formation to our own could end up so drastically different. In order to come to an answer, astronomers have had to look both at the past and the present state of Venus and compare it to Earth. Venus was once thought by many in the scientific community to be Earth's twin. Its mass, size, gravity, atmosphere composition, and surface temperature were similar enough that some argued it could harbor life. However, over the years, numerous studies have revealed that this is not the case. Instead, Venus has become a scorched wasteland with temperatures thousands of degrees higher than its earthly twin due to an extreme greenhouse effect caused by toxic levels of sulfuric acid clouds in its atmosphere, trapping heat from the sun. So what happened? This is where things get interesting and mysterious, as there are multiple theories on what caused this drastic change, but none that can conclusively explain it all yet. The first theory points towards an asteroid impact causing the dramatic transformation which we observe today by melting off much of its early surface water through intense heat and pressure, along with releasing vast amounts of carbon dioxide into its atmosphere, leading to runaway global warming and eliminating any chance for life existing naturally on Venus ever again. The second theory points towards catastrophic volcanic activity on a monumental scale, lasting millions of years, releasing vast amounts of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur dioxide into its atmosphere, along with causing massive bouts of global warming, destabilizing plate tectonics, and further covering much of its oceans in molten lava, eventually leading to them boiling off entirely, leaving no water or hope for future life remaining on the planet. The destruction of Venus shows us the potential dangers that our planet could face if we fail to take action and address climate change. While it's easy to think of volcanoes as a force of nature beyond human control, humans have become increasingly powerful volcanic-like force on Earth due to our emissions of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere. Just like how volcanic eruptions can dramatically alter planetary climates, so too can human activities cause global temperatures to rise rapidly over time and threaten the stability of our environment. It is for this reason that scientists are now warning about the potentially catastrophic effects that unchecked climate change could bring in terms of extreme weather events, such as droughts, floods, heat waves, and more, all consequences which were mirrored by what happened on Venus billions of years ago, when its surface was destroyed by a combination of asteroid bombardment coupled with long-term immense volcanic activity, severely damaging its environment beyond repair, leading researchers further concluding that if something like this ever happened here on Earth, it would cause equally devastating consequences, if not worse, due to our more advanced societies, depending heavily upon modern technology, which wouldn't likely be able to survive such sudden global changes without serious intervention from humans themselves, should they be lucky enough to escape unharmed. Another possible way of Earth ending up like Venus is if the plate tectonics of the planet are disturbed due to global warming. Plate tectonics is an integral part of the global carbon cycle. It helps to move large amounts of CO2 from the atmosphere into the Earth's interior, where it can safely be stored for millions of years. In addition to this role, plate tectonics help to recycle old oceanic crust, creating new rock and releasing some CO2 back into the atmosphere in the process. This recycling helps to keep atmospheric CO2 levels in a more stable range than would otherwise be possible. However, plate tectonics could be disrupted if large amounts of water were boiled off from the oceans. CO2 dissolved in seawater provides a buffer against climate change by storing some of that carbon dioxide deep beneath the surface. When sea levels drop, or when ocean temperatures increase dramatically, less carbon dioxide can be dissolved in seawater, and fewer gases can be recycled by plate tectonic processes. In addition, without enough water in the ocean, plate tectonics could come to a standstill because the plates are much less able to slide past each other when they become dehydrated and brittle. With no plate tectonics, no more carbon dioxide would be recycled or buried below the surface, and all that carbon dioxide would remain trapped in the atmosphere until it was swept away by other processes like weathering or erosion. Without any way to store that carbon dioxide deep within the Earth's surface, global warming could reach catastrophic levels very quickly, as more and more heat-trapping greenhouse gases accumulate in our atmosphere. The destruction of Venus shows us how important it is to maintain a balance between land-based volcanoes, which release CO2 into our atmosphere, and oceanic processes, which could help trap that same gas deep below the surface. If we want to keep our planet safe from potentially catastrophic climate change, then we need to ensure that our oceans remain full and healthy, so that our planet can continue its natural cycle of storing and releasing carbon dioxide effectively without tipping over into a runaway greenhouse effect like what happened on Venus billions of years ago. How can we prevent this? The only way to save Earth from the same fate as Venus is to take action now and reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. Although it is true that human activity has contributed significantly to the current global climate crisis, we can still protect our planet by implementing solutions that limit emissions and create a more sustainable future. One of the most effective ways of reducing emissions is through renewable energy sources. By shifting to clean, renewable sources like wind or solar, we can drastically reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and the associated carbon dioxide pollution. Our transportation systems are another major source of greenhouse gases. So it's essential that we switch from gasoline-powered vehicles to electric cars, which are powered by renewable sources of energy. This will help us move towards a more sustainable society with fewer emissions. Along with shifting towards renewables, other actions must be taken in order to reduce global carbon dioxide levels. Planting new trees or restoring existing forests help absorb CO2 and turn it into oxygen for us all to breathe. Additionally, conserving water not only reduces emissions but also helps preserve ecosystems around the world, which are vital for maintaining a healthier cycle of life on Earth. Likewise, reducing waste and choosing products made with biodegradable materials helps keep plastics out of landfills and oceans, thus limiting toxic chemicals from entering our environment. Ultimately, we humans have a vested interest in preserving our planet's health and future. If we don't take action now, then Venus's destruction could very well be Earth's fate as well. Taking steps like reducing our dependence on fossil fuels, investing in renewable energy sources, and promoting sustainable practices such as recycling and reusing materials whenever possible, all these actions can help us mitigate the effects of climate change while ensuring a brighter future for generations to come. We need to come together as a global community and find solutions to this crisis if we are to avoid the same fate as Venus. This means taking immediate action to reduce our emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, while also focusing on methods of capturing and storing the excess CO2 already in the atmosphere. Renewable energy sources such as solar power and wind power should be encouraged wherever possible, since they produce far fewer emissions than traditional fossil fuel sources. We should also focus on reforestation initiatives that can take in vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, locking it away in trees and soil, where it can no longer contribute to climate change. In addition to these measures, we must also work towards developing new technologies that can capture greenhouse gases directly from the air or underground reservoirs before they enter the atmosphere. These carbon capture and storage (CCS) systems could play a key role in helping us reduce our overall emissions without having to transform our current way of life overnight completely. Finally, we must continue raising awareness about these issues among the general public so that everyone understands their part in preventing future environmental disasters. This can include teaching children about sustainable practices in school or using social media platforms to spread important messages about climate change and its consequences for future generations. Just like Venus has shown us what could happen here on Earth if we fail to take proper precautions against global warming, we need to use this knowledge wisely in order to protect ourselves and ensure that our planet remains habitable for many years to come. Do you think we can avoid a similar fate to Venus? What is the best solution? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more.